The Infernal Dungeon of Hell by John Bunyan, who was born in 1628 and died in 1688. Jesus said, "Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels." Those in the eternal dungeon of hell will undergo a variety of torments. Those who are most afflicted on earth seldom have more than one anguish at a time. But should they experience the plague, the gout, gallstones, and fever all at once, how miserable would they be? Yet all that is but like the biting of a flea compared to the intolerable, horrid pains which those in hell endure. There they face all the repugnant variety of hell, the unquenchable fire to burn them, a lake of burning brimstone ever choking them, eternal chains to bind them, utter darkness to frighten them, and a maggot of conscience that gnaws upon them eternally. Any one of these is worse to bear than all the torments that mankind ever felt on earth. But the torments in hell are also universal, afflicting every part of the body and soul, which dictates their suffering, most insufferable. In those illnesses that men experience on earth, although some parts of our bodies are afflicted, other parts remain free. However, in hell, each member of the soul and body is continually tormented. The eye is tormented by the sight of devils, who appear in all their horrid and dark shapes that sin can give them. The ear is tormented by the loud screaming and continuous screeching outburst of the damned. The nostrils are engulfed by sulphurous and tormenting flames. The tongue is covered in burning blisters. The entire body is engulfed in flames of liquid fire. The imagination is tormented by thoughts of the heaven that has been lost. The memory is tormented by reflecting on the opportunities they had to be saved. The understanding is tormented by thoughts of the present pains and future sorrows that are to last forever. The conscience is tormented by a continual gnawing maggot on your body. Another thing which makes the misery of hell so dreadful is the extremity of the torments. The fire that burns is so violent that all the water in the ocean can never quench it. The pains suffered are so extreme that it is impossible that they should be known by any but those who feel them. Another part of hell's misery is the ceaselessness of the torments. As various, universal, and extremely violent as they are continual as well. Nor do those in hell have the slightest rest from them. If there were any relaxation, it might provide some alleviation. But what makes this condition so deplorable is that there is no easing of the torments. They will all remain throughout eternal punishment. The company they have there is another element of their misery. Tormenting devils and tormented souls make up all the company. Dreadful shrieks and howlings under the fierceness of pain, along with fearful blasphemies, comprise all the conversation. The place in which they suffer is another thing that increases their sufferings. Hell is the epitome of all misery. It's a prison, a dungeon, a bottomless pit, a lake of fire and brimstone, a furnace of fire which burns to eternity, the blackness of darkness forever. The cruelty of our tormentors is another factor that contributes to our suffering. The tormentors are devils, devoid of any pity. Being tormented themselves, they derive pleasure from tormenting others. But what makes these sufferings most grievous is that they shall always be so. These most intolerable sufferings shall last all through eternity. Jesus said, "Depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire," will perpetually sound in the ears of the damned. The miserable situation they are in shall be forever.